Hey guys, Wamwich here, recording my first ever Penny Dreadful video. Um, I recently 5-0'd with an Orzhov Tokens deck, here it is, and I thought I'd show you guys what I came up with and what I'm going to do with it next. So this is the first deck that I had that I went 5-0 with. I built it around Torgar, which is a very expensive creature that you can make cheaper by sacrificing creatures, and when he comes into play, you get to make either your or your opponent's life total 10. And I'm not going to talk too much about this deck here because I've made some changes to it, and I'll talk about that when I get into it. But this is the deck that I did 5-0 with, if you're interested in seeing that one. And this is where I'm at now. Now, I haven't played with this version of the deck yet, but based on my first league run, I've made a couple of changes. It's still very much the same in a lot of ways. So the main changes, I went up to 24 lands. This version has a few more 4-drops, and I think I got lucky to hit all my land drops in my first league run. I'm down to only 3 Spirit Bonds, which is it's a really good card, and it's one of the main cards that make the deck work. But having 2 of them does get a bit mana intensive, and you generally have a lot to do with your mana. I added Falconwrath Noble. I'll talk about this a bit in a second, but Zulaport Cutthroat, which is like a Blood Artist variant, was the best card in the deck, basically. And I wanted more of that effect. Unfortunately, Blood Artist isn't legal in Penny Dreadful, but Falconwrath Noble is. And so I decided to add some of them, and we'll see how it goes. It might be too expensive, but I have a feeling that it's going to be good. To make room for these ones and the extra land, like I said, I cut a Spirit Bonds. I cut 2 Torgar. I really don't know what I was thinking playing 4 originally. I think I got really lucky not to get Torgar flooded. It's a really big creature, and putting someone to 10 isn't as good as I thought it would be when really my main game plan involves grinding out with cards like the Cutthroat and attacking in the air with Squadron Hawks and Spirit tokens. So it's still good sometimes. It's a really good sacrifice outlet if I already have one of these 2 cards in play. But yeah, I think 4 is just way too many in hindsight. I also I had 1 Field of Souls in the main deck, which I cut. It was a really good card, but I only drew it a couple of times, and I think the Falconwrath Noble will be better, and I didn't want to end up with too many expensive cards. So just going through the deck really quickly, we have 24 lands. We have 8, or now 9 coming to play tap lands. I had 8 in my original version, which I think is a really good number. But when I went to 24, I thought it was a good opportunity to add another colored source so I don't end up getting screwed on my black mana. So yeah, 9 coming to play tapped lands, and then just plains and swamps. I was considering playing an Evolving Wilds or 2, but you really do need to have, like, sometimes you need a lot of white mana and sometimes you need a lot of black mana, and it's kind of hard to tell, like, turn for turn what you're going to need. So you kind of need the ones that can produce both. The most interesting land here is, of course, Memorial, and it just goes really well with the token theme. So the sort of meat and potatoes of the deck is the 4 Squadron Hawk and 4 Legion Conquistador. These give you heaps of really good, like card advantage, I guess you could say. It's not particularly mana efficient, either of these cards, but you can just grind out turn after turn, playing like 1 or 2 a turn, and it actually is really good. It's just like just trading, chump blocking, and eventually you get there. The 2 mana enchantments are really important. Hidden Stockpile, you might remember from Standard a little while ago, was in the tokens deck that was really good before it got mostly destroyed by Goblin Chainwhirler and Ferocidon before that, I suppose. But this card is not very good when you have 1 of them. It's fine, you can sort of churn over, and I'm hoping that adding the Noble will make it better. But when you have 2 of them, it becomes really good, because 2 tokens every turn is an absurd rate. I've already talked about Zlopal Cutthroat. It really is like the main win condition of the deck, and then adding Falconwrath Noble is just going to be more of the same, hopefully. So yeah, not only is this a really good win condition, it also keeps you alive against the mono red deck, which is really popular, and other aggro decks. There's like the Naya deck and stuff that run all the multicolored cards, and I think the life gain is really good against both of them. And then Anointer Priest is also a good source of life gain. It lets you just ignore attackers for a couple of turns while you build out your board, and suddenly they can't attack you anymore because you can just block everything and everything dies. It's really useful to do that because if you have to chump block every turn, then sometimes it's impossible to get that critical mass that you need for stuff like Hidden Stockpile. With the 4-drops, we have the Nobles and 4 Marsh Flitter. This card's really, really good. A 3-for-1 on board is always great. Being able to go in the air is great in board stalls. And it's just, it's just a lot of value for 4 mana. It can trade with some somewhat larger creatures, which sometimes is hard when you have a bunch of 1/1s. Start to finish is some much needed removal for the deck. I don't have any smothers or anything like that, so the flashback half of finish is really important. Start just works well with all of this sort of stuff. Making 2 1/1s. They have Vigilance, which comes up occasionally. And 2 Torgar. It's a big body. You can sometimes get it down early, but in general, it tends to be just like a good sacrifice outlet and like top of the curve play. That it can beat a lot of stuff on the board. The 10 life, I've honestly targeted myself with that more than my opponents. Sometimes you can like forgo blocking for a turn, just to let yourself go down to 2, knowing that you'll be back up to 10 next turn. In the sideboard, I've got a lot of respect for the mono red deck, which I think is really strong and really popular. Between these sideboard cards and Anointer Priest, and then the incidental life gain from these cards, I think you have a really good mono red matchup. I think I beat it 2 times in the in my first 5-0 run. I've moved these Field of Souls into the sideboard. I had one in the main deck and none in the sideboard the first time. I think it's a really good card against control and against just like removal heavy matchups, and I anticipate that against removal heavy matchups I won't want the Falconwrath Noble because playing a 4-drop and then having it killed by like some like 2 mana removal spell is really bad. So I anticipate that I'll be able to swap out the 4-drops here, and I won't end up stuffing up my mana curve too badly. Lay Bare the Heart is just good against all the combo decks. I think this deck's pretty weak to combo, I imagine. I haven't played against any yet. I managed to dodge it in my first run, but the whole grindy game plan and like very limited direct interaction seems really bad against like a Umbral Mantle deck or the Reanimator decks. So I've got 4 of these in the sideboard to try to combat that. Also good against control, obviously. Although I think the whole deck's pretty good against control with all the like 4-for-1s and stuff you get. The last card's one I haven't played with before. I normally play the Cranial, whatever it's called. Cranial Archive as my go-to sideboard. I think I've played Cranial Archive in every single deck that I've played with in Penny Dreadful leagues. But I recently saw Planar Void and I wanted to give it a try. Archive can definitely be a bit limited where you need to pop it off and then the next turn they can just go off again with like the Yosei combo deck or the Madcap, Redcap, Murderous Redcap deck. So I'm trying this out. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it's bad. We are hit by it a little bit. These cards get hit, but both of them have really strong like front ends, so I'm not too worried about that. Missing out on like sorcery speed removal against like a combo deck is not a huge deal. So yeah, I've already signed up to a league, and I'll be playing that out. I don't know how long it's going to take me in real life, but I'm just going to cut up the video so you'll get them all right now. Alright, my first ever recorded league match. So this hand's fine. We have Spirit Bonds on turn 2, Conquistador, Marsh Flitter, all really good. Hopefully we draw a 4th land in time. Hopefully our opponent isn't playing combo, because I think that's probably our worst matchup. And it's not looking good so far. There's our 4th land, which is nice. I wonder if it's the mirror match. I haven't seen anyone playing this deck before, but I know people like to go on the pennydreadful.com and look at lists that do well. It's probably just going to be a Recurring Nightmare deck, though, I would imagine. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I've jinxed us and we've hit a combo deck. But we have hit a 2-drop, which means we can start Spirit Bonding sort of every turn instead of starting next turn. We'll see who has the better grindy deck, I suppose. This is unfortunate. An unfortunate turn of events. But that's okay. A 3-for-1 we'll have to do. Where's Yield? So we can get both without worrying about our hand size. So, Bygone Bishop's really good value. Not good in our deck because you have to cast the spell. But I've definitely played it in a couple of Penny Dreadful decks. And I'm a bit worried about this guy stopping our beats in the air. One of the main ways we win with this deck is just by chipping in with like 1/1 flyers. And that guy actually stops 1/1 flyers really nicely. But doesn't stop Marsh Flitter. Another Horsebex. Pronunciation optional. Alright, our curve's looking really nice. We get to play a creature every turn, we get to make a spirit every turn. And yeah, our Marsh Flitter can fly past the bishop if he wants to block. We just need to sacrifice a goblin, which is very easy. And at some point, I'm probably going to start leaving open mana to save our Cutthroat from a removal spell. But right now, I just want to get as much stuff out on the board as possible. And this is where I think the 24th land that we added is going to look really good because like I'll be able to hold open mana as well as alright, well that's not good against me at all. We'll be able to hold open mana for our Spirit Bonds activation and still cast our spells. Considering sacrificing the Conquistador here because it doesn't have flying, but I think the Spirit will be fine. Oh, this is alright. He has to draw a lot of cards. I am expecting to get comboed out game 1. I can't imagine he doesn't have the neg 1 combo deck. The chance he maybe just lets his bishop die to try to draw 2 more cards. We'll see. I'm not going to sacrifice a goblin. The reason being that if I draw a... I've forgotten the name of the card. The enchantment that lets me... Yeah, let's do it. The enchantment that lets me this deck's pretty fiddly, sorry. The enchantment that lets me make a guy if something I controlled left the battlefield this turn. That's a really good combo with Marsh Flitter because you get to sacrifice your goblins to your Marsh Flitter and then you get servos instead. Also, if I draw more of this sort of effect, yeah, here we go. And I don't have enough mana with my Spirit Bonds to save my Cutthroat, which I have to imagine he'll be targeting. Bit of a shame. There's a Noble, which is nice. I'm gonna play that one out, and this time I'm not gonna pay to get an extra Spirit, so I can leave open my Bonds to save it if I have to. I think we're gonna start sacrificing stuff for this Marsh Flitter if he keeps not blocking. Which way would he? Why would he start? Do I have to target? I can't just like always yield. That is awful. Alright, so hopefully he's got nothing in his hand, but we shall see if that's the case. This maybe stops the combo, depending on whether he can kill this card. Like, if he only has the sacrifice creature in here now, this will come back, deal 1 damage. I'll gain 1 life. I guess he can just kill the Noble first, though. Yeah, okay. I can make it indestructible, though. Huh. Well, let's see what happens. Let's respond. Let's respond. I have to put this on the stack before I can respond, and now I get to respond. So I'm going to make my Falconwrath Noble indestructible. Yeah, targeting you. Yep, always yield. Gonna have to always yield to all these, otherwise I'm gonna... Hey, he's had enough. Alright. Okay, so... I guess a... Wait, did he concede the match? He did. Maybe, I think. Yeah, alright, well... Not exactly sure what happened there, but I guess I'll see you guys next match. Alright, back for round 2 after playing exactly 1 game. Oh no. His hand's good, except the fact we have 2 Squadron Hawk. But I don't think I'm going to mulligan when we have like enough lands and some good cards in here as well. So hopefully they're not going too fast because we don't really have a good like life game plan. And we're going first. So lucky. Not 100% sure what happened in the last match, but maybe it's just like he had to go to work or something, who knows. Alright, I have no idea what this means. But hopefully something fun. Could just be a Jeskai control deck, I guess. Although they don't normally play the Izzet Guildgate in my experience. If it's straight blue-red control, I have to say we're massively favored. Having never played the matchup before. I need to make this way bigger. Don't know why I didn't just do that from the start. Alright. So we're really looking to draw a hidden stockpile or a spirit bonds to get things ticking over nicely. There's no point playing our Legion Conquistador here because we won't really be able to get anything good, so I'm just going to play a tapped land and play another Squadron Hawk. Playing main phase just to speed things up a little bit. I'm intrigued. I wonder if it's like, if there's some combo deck I don't know about. Maybe it's just straight blue-red control. Alright, so it's an emerge deck, which we can destroy target creature. We got a lot of stuff going on. They can't tap us all down with a tap 4 guys thing. I'm gonna play start to finish here to get so we can use finish next turn if he plays something big. Because he can't, if he has 3 and then he plays another untapped land. Should I be saying she, epic lady, if they? Oh no, what have I done? They have 6th. Ah, what a rookie. Hey, they are just gay. So that's a bit embarrassing, but I'm not really used to talking while I play, so that's going to be my excuse for today. If I end up making more videos, I promise I'll stop using that excuse eventually. And I am just going to play start now. I'm going to stick to the game plan. So yeah, the fact they blocked, I'm not sure what that means. Fact or fiction? Yeah. Okay. So they are playing Elder Deep Fiend. I guess they just didn't have one in hand. Approach. Can't beat that. Literally can't beat it. Surely I'll just take Elder Deep Fiend. Obviously post bob we have yeah, good. Get it out of here. Obviously post bob we have hand disruptions and the like, but yeah. So we know about these ones and just play the monastery as well. So yeah, if we can keep them off approach, I think we can grind them out. Because Big Eldrazi, I'm not that scared of them, honestly. But if they approach us, we're fucked. Once again, hitting all our land drops, I'm really happy with this 24th land. Discarding the hand sizes. I don't know. You take the bigger pile and then discard the hand size. Obviously not great. Hidden Stockpile works whether it sees the creature die or not, so I'm gonna wait till second main now that they have mana up to potentially syncopate me. Oh, if this all resolves, I'm not gonna play out any more stuff. Probably just this one, but they could easily have a Wrath. And none of this stuff is worth leaving open Spirit Bonds mana for. So with this many anticipates, I assume they're playing a lot of approaches. That's how I would do it anyway. Yikes. That makes me think even more that they're playing a lot of approaches. Because this card's really strong with approach. Oh, that is very good. That's a very good draw. This is how we, this increases our clock by so much, because if we get them down to however much life we need, the Cutthroat becomes a big old fireball to the face. with the hidden stockpile as our sacrifice outlet. Now I want to play out more stuff, but I also want to keep this cutthroat alive if they have a wrath. And I also want to start using hidden stockpile, so I'm going to do that. And we can just bottom this land. I think this game's going to be over in a turn or two either way, so having a land that comes into play tapped isn't going to do anything with us. Always yield. Always yield is a big thing in this deck with all the triggers going off. So if they don't beat us, we win. Yeah. Okay, so this is not too bad. We can make our guy indestructible. And then obviously he takes a bunch of damage from all of these creatures dying. Oh, unless, yeah, okay. This is much worse. Now we have to get lucky, I guess. Clever opponent, clever opponent. Now, I didn't put any enchantment or artifact destruction in the sideboard of this deck. I know some people run a fair bit, but I haven't really been super impressed with it in general, and that might cost me in this match. Man, it's insane how slow you play when you're talking. I normally have so much more time than my opponents, even playing a deck with this much clicking. Oh, we can't afford to play around anything. We have to put the clock back on. No to Squadron Hawk. Yes to that. And F6. This could be a long match. I'll save my time. If there's an approach, I'm just going to concede. Yeah. Can't beat that. Alright, so post board we do have some good things. We have Field of Souls and Lay Bare the Heart. Planar Void, I saw nothing that makes me think that they're using their graveyard. I'm going to cut all but one of the Torghars. I'm going to cut some Anointed Priest. And I'm going to cut some of these guys because we're adding in the 4-drops. And one more card. Yeah. I don't think this is that good. Being able to come back is something, but the life gain doesn't matter, which I think is where the main strength of that card is. I would like to play first. I'm going to keep this. Squadron Hawk is very, very good. We have the Cutthroat. Really, we want to see one of our 2-mana enchantments, but mulliganing fruitlessly is a little risky. Like, there are definitely way worse hands than this that we could end up with. I don't know how our opponent's playing like a 3-color deck with like 8 colorless lands in it, but we just lost to it, so I'm not going to be too judgmental. We can only get 2 Squadron Hawks here without having discard to hand size, so that's all I'm going to get. I'm just going to start to finish here. We don't really need to worry about running out our tap land because we have so many other lands. Yeah, look at all these tap lands. Props to the opponent for making it work for them. I don't think we can play around a Wrath. without having one of our enchantments in play. So I'm just going to play out all of these guys, see if I can bait him into using some removal, and then play the Cutthroat. And this is enough lands, no more please. What's it gonna be? Oh yeah. Yeah, good beats. This is probably not going to be a win, unfortunately. We couldn't draw any of our two mana enchantments, nor our sideboard one, or hand hate, so sometimes you wish you had 23 lands instead of 24, I guess. I'm going to play this last game out, but I can't imagine it going too much longer. Eventually they'll have a big Eldrazi or an approach that they can just get back to. That's a good draw. The Might of the Legion. I probably could have given them another land and they still wouldn't have taken this approach, but they just have to discard the hand size anyway, right? Well, that's suspicious. Yeah, here we go. So we still have finish to kill this thing, but we can't do it this turn if he taps down. I guess we still can, even if he taps all 4 lands. Marshfoot is a good draw. Now I know they have a Wrath in their hand, so taking a turn to do this is fine. Don't want to play out too much stuff anyway. I don't know if we can win. If we can resolve one of our good enchantments, we might be able to. Jeez Louise. Yeah, he's tapping a lot of black sources this time. Alright, what are you going to do? You're going to Wrath your own Fiend? So I assume this is the only one they're running. They don't have any black for the 8 mana black one. There's the 7 mana one that draws a card. Wretched Griff, but who knows if they're playing it. So I'm just going to leave the Marsh Flitter in my hand and play out all the rest of my creatures. So if they want a Wrath, we're leaving a little bit back, but we're not. We need to put on enough pressure that we don't just lose the rest of this Elder Deepmead as well. But I suspect it's a bit elementary anyway. I think we're gonna just die. It's a hell of a thing. I forgot that card was legal actually. Don't know what I'm going to do here if he doesn't attack, because I can't really get in there with my 3 conquistadors. But I don't want to play another creature out into his wrath. Alright, not a problem. I think we're still winning this race. I guess not really. Yeah, okay. I have to admit, I didn't come up against any Radiant Flames during my first league run. So maybe I have underestimated how good control is against my deck. I'm gonna let them kill me, but it's all over, Red Rover. I wonder how many tap lands they're actually playing. Because I would have thought you'd need at least 8 uh, colored tap lands, and then another 4 cloud post. Spirit Bond's a little late to the party, unfortunately. I wonder. I guess they maybe just cut all the counter spells for this stuff. So they're just running like a counter spell-less control deck. Could be interesting. Who is it? Epic Lady. I'll definitely check the Penny Dreadful website over the next couple of days and see what their deck list was once it gets published there. Such a good resource that this was that combination I was talking about in the first match where you can use Marsh Flitter, sacrifice a rogue, get the extra damage, and then Hidden Stockpile just brings back your guy. Now I didn't get to scry, obviously, like I would if I just sacrificed it by hand. But this is fine. And I'm dead. GG's. I don't know how to bring this back on because I've gotten rid of it. Nope, it's not that. Alright. Well, that was a bit harder than the match where our opponent conceded for free, but on to match 3. Alright, match 3. Won the die roll again. PDBot sent me a message. I assume that's just saying that we're playing a league match. This is a keep. 2 Spirit Bonds isn't great, but it's better than no Spirit Bonds, and having a pair of pretty good 3-drops. Alright, what's going on here? Good luck, friend. So I'm gonna keep. So I'm just gonna play the Spirit Bonds out this turn, so if I get an untapped land, I can start curving out with this, or if not, I'll probably just play the Cutthroat and my tapped land next turn. Alright, what's this? Is it a discard deck, or is it a aggro deck. I assume it's a discard deck. Running Recurring Nightmare, maybe? Although this isn't that good for that. Maybe it's a vampire deck. God, I love Penny Dreadful. What a good format. So this is like the perfect curve, because now we get to play Sandsteep Citadel into start next turn, and then we'll have 4 mana to start Conquistador with Spirit Bonds up. So, it looks like it's a discard deck, I guess. Like Recurring Nightmare deck. I don't know, what do you... Don't know what you search for. Am I still gonna play start to finish? I think I am, because this looks scary. So I also have to worry about Living End in this deck. It's a Wrath, not just a... Yeah, this is definitely some sort of Recurring Nightmare deck. So yeah, I'm gonna play start so that I have access to finish next turn if it turns out that he's got a Pathrazer. Because that is a big card. What's going on? Messin... Oh my god. Masanob? Spirit Bonds is not the fastest, but it's definitely really good in grinding matchups. Oh my god. Is this some sort of combination deck? Alright, so... Killing lands. Good thing we have so many. So as far as I'm concerned, I think I just have to like kill his stuff and then get in there, try to get him low enough that I can burn him down with Zulaport Cutthroat. I can't really think that it's right to let this thing stick around. Although maybe Pathraze is just more scary in the long term. I should just play out some more creatures. Yeah, I think that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this. And then just attack with these guys. Guaranteed 3 damage, because if he blocks, then this is going to get him. It's not the greatest, but it's what we've got. Not you. So yeah, one big blocker, not too good against this deck, especially when you've got like a Cutthroat out. It's when he starts to flood the board and have a bunch of stuff going that we're going to be in trouble. This is a little scary. No blocks. Is he gonna sacrifice this or this? I have to assume he's sacrificing this if he's attacking with it. Or at least he would have attacked with this if he... I guess it could go either way. Yeah. Oh, he's just gonna loop this thing infinitely. I think we can beat that. That's a great draw. It's a really great draw. Having out a block with the Dragoon this turn is good for him. So I'm worried about what's going to happen when he realizes that he should be destroying the cutthroats. I guess it's going to happen eventually. And unfortunately, we've got lots of sideboard for this with our sideboard tech that we're trying out. Not blocking with the angel seems strange and unusual, but it's a free country. So depending on what he does next turn, we might be able to like kill something and then get him low enough that he's just kind of dead. I guess if he kills another land, we're gonna have to rip to even cast start to finish. But if he kills a land, then the cutthroat's gonna get him, surely. See, I've seen this sort of combo before with Cloud of Fairies, but that's only 2 lands. This literally being 3. Very good. Yeah, okay, so we started destroying cutthroats, which is means I have to decide whether I need to kill this angel now and try attacking with everything, or if it's better to play a Squadron Hawk and make another guy. I think I need to get... Oh, okay. He's decided that he's dead. I guess he was pretty dead. He was going to like won that game, that turn. So, we got all this, which is nice. Things that are bad. I don't think Torgar's good here. I'm going to leave 1 in just so I have an option of sacrificing like 6 things at once. Start to finish, I think, is super necessary. If he has like an early Pathrazor, I'm going to want to kill it. This seems bad. I can cut these. They're for like the burn decks and the aggro decks. I think Noble might be a little slow. The incidental 1 damage whenever he sacrifices something isn't really going to matter. I'm going to leave some in though. What else am I cutting? This stuff's actually pretty slow. I'm going to cut 1 more Spirit Bonds. Try to get a bit more curve out going against him. And hopefully it was better land to play in our Void and he went better. Beat it. Yeah, first mulligan. This is going to be a keep with a Scry. Having Lee Heart's really good. We'll be able to try to grab a recurring Nightmare. And I think I'm going to keep another one. We have plenty of 2-drops, so if we miss our 3rd land for a turn, it's not going to kill us. And I think we just want to make sure he never has like a recurring Nightmare. Since his deck seems like so built around it, he's even playing the Consultation. Alright, let's see what you got, Buster. Just as I suspected. Alright, well, hopefully that'll slow him down enough. I'm not sure how I feel about this stuff. There's a really good 2-mana enchantment that's like discard a card and it makes a 1/1 lifelinker that I think is better than this stuff because it can't get burst lightninged. Although the beats are real. Cannot deny. Is taking the priest good? Doesn't seem that good. Although at the moment he doesn't have a discard outlet. Because this is... That seems graveyard. I think I'm just gonna play the Squadron Hawk. These are beats. And I do want to get my attack going. Yes, I can get all three of my hawks here without having to worry about hand size. That's what I'm going to do. Now, unfortunately, we haven't been able to draw our experimental sideboard card. If he doesn't play anything this turn, I'm going to use Finish, I think. Although I also kind of want to lay bare the heart before it loses all value. Because eventually it's just going to be casting all the spells in his hand. So I think I'm going to do that now, because I can play a Squadron Hawk and play Lay Bare the Heart. Although I suspect I'm just going to be getting another Priest. Priest of Gix. That is bad for me. Oh, I should have cast this first. I could have cast another one. Oh, I know, it goes on top of his library. Right? Yeah, okay. So, I can definitely see a world where he returns a thing to his hand and then I get to take it. Well, all these are pretty good. And by that I mean, this is better in his graveyard. This does nothing, and I'm just gonna take the Consume the Meek. Yeah, this is fine. He'll probably get to use thing once. Use Recurring Nightmare once, and then I'll be able to take it. Oh, there. That's the guy I was talking about. He does have it. He just also has all these other worse ones. Did he not get Recurring Nightmare? I need to see what he actually chose. Finding out what people name. He named Pathrazor of Ulamog. I see. I don't know why he'd do that. I'm gonna attack here. I see no reason not to. You know, I'm trading my stuff for the cards in his hand, but it's not like an issue. I'm gonna trade off my Squadron Hawks for this thing eventually, but I'm not gonna do it yet. I don't think he realistically is gonna grind me out, so I'm not worried about going a bit low. I think if he beats me, it's because he's playing a bunch of Recurring Nightmares, and my life total doesn't matter in that case. What's your card? I'll take it. I can't believe he didn't search for Recurring Nightmare. So I'm probably gonna take this one and then. Oh, what a draw. I'm probably gonna attack with everything here and then just use start to finish to kill his Heir of Night. Assuming he's gonna block with the card in his hand. No, maybe not. I'd like to think that Mono Black, this version, is reasonable to play because honestly, Playing with all your lands coming to play untapped seems like the absolute dream. And I definitely like some of the stuff he's doing. Although I think his choice of discard outlets is... There we go. That's a hell of a card. I'm going to play this first so it doesn't... This only affects cards that go into the graveyard after it's put into play. So I'm going to cast my start to finish first. Yeah, this is looking pretty good, if I'm being honest. Oh no, what am I doing? That was a massive punt. I normally go attack with all creatures and then take back the cutthroats, and I just forgot to. Fortunately, I think this card's going to win us the game for free, but still a bit of a punt. Yeah. All right. Well, that's 2-1. Although I'm not sure if our I don't know what that means. Although I'm not sure if our first match counted, so might get an additional 6th match yet. We'll wait and see. Alright, back for another round. Won the die roll again. Doing that really well this time. And turns out that the Penny Dreadful bot knows that if you just put Penny League as opposed to PD League, it knows that that also means what it means. This hand is slow, but I'm going to keep it. We haven't really had a chance to go off with Hidden Stockpile yet, and I definitely want to do that on camera. The card can be nuts if you get enough time to use it. So hopefully Jennifer Wakeman isn't playing mono red. And they're not. Considering this is likely to be our turn 3 play. I'm not too worried about Spirit Bonds. I prefer to have this down. Is this Tima? Jesus. We've been had. Talk about the main deck. The main deck hate, huh? Oh well, hopefully it'll be too slow and we'll get a good clock on. Main deck Seal of Primordium. I don't know what that means. Alright, so it could be an energy deck. Yeah. While I was keen to Hidden Stockpile, I think Spirit Bonds is more important than having 2 Hidden Stockpiles, which is why I didn't play it out last turn. But now I'm just going to play both of these. Attack without creatures, not attack without creatures because I misclicked. This might have to be my last game for the night. I'll record the rest of the series tomorrow. So yeah, Pummeler is a real energy deck. I've also seen Dynavolt Tower decks. Although, with this many colors, could just be for fixing, potentially. I'm gonna play the Anointed Priest here so I get maximum Spirit Bonds value. Alright, my bold prediction is they're playing Jeskai Ascendancy. Bold prediction. I'm gonna use both of these this turn. I'm going to sacrifice one of my warriors, turn it into a servo. Gets me a bit more life, and also just gets this going, so I get to start scrying. Squadron Hawk is perfect. Such a good card with Spirit Bonds. Spirit Bonds wouldn't even be good if we weren't playing the Squadron Hawk and Conquistador. Oh, I bet they are playing Ascendancy. I've seen this deck once, and it didn't look very good then, but the deck I was playing then had a lot more interaction than the one I'm playing now has, so. Does anyone know if this deck's actually good? I haven't seen it win anything, really. We can attack. And my head math tells me that we just want to play Marsh Flitter. If we played Squadron Hawk and paid, we couldn't play another one and pay for it as well. So I think we're better off just playing out everything here. Do they have Wraths? Who knows? We're going to find out though. Nothing's worth keeping alive with Spirit Bonds. The only thing we really want to hot up Spirit Bonds mana for is if we just have a load of mana for free, or if we're trying to keep a Cutthroat alive. But neither of those things is true here. We have stuff to do with our mana, and we have drawn no Cutthroat. Okay. I don't really want them to have Treasure Cruise, so I might give them something like this. Although this doesn't put, if they choose this pile, they get to put a lot of stuff in the graveyards. Maybe we'd be better off like this. This is slightly less graveyard material. Okay, doesn't want the cruise. And at the moment we have them dead in 2 turns. And we can't get that down by drawing a Cutthroat, so. So I think this is going to be a matchup where we wish we had Enchantment Destruction, maybe a main deck seal, but hopefully our hand disruption will work well enough. Okay, they already had a Treasure Cruise. Does this work? You still have to discard it, right? I don't actually know. I don't think you get to like keep 8. You just have to keep discarding until you've finished. Yeah. I'm going to use Marsh Flitter here to get the free hidden stockpile action. It's like +1 damage as well. So I can keep 3 things alive if I leave all my mana open for Spirit Bonds. In case of a Wrath. And that doesn't kill them. So I can get 3 damage if I go 1, 2, and then another 1 damage from one of these. So I am going to play out Squadron Hawk. I'm going to get another 3. I'm going to pay for this one. I'm going to leave open enough mana to regenerate 1 thing. And I'm going to leave the other 3 Squadron Hawks in my hand as collateral against a Wrath. Although I don't actually think they're playing any in their main deck. I'd be surprised. Yeah, they're definitely playing Ascendancy. Although, do I save myself if I play out more stuff? Because blockers are important. Because all that they're gonna be attacking with a bunch of lands. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play out stuff. I honestly don't think they're playing any Wraths. And being able to play out enough blockers might save me if they manage to combo off this turn. I don't know why I clicked that. Alright, no more Squadron Hawks. I maybe even should have attacked with like 1 less thing or 2 less things. So I'd have 1 blocker for every land. Because that's their limiting factor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically they could have every land be like 29/29 if they go off perfectly. Although I don't know how likely that is. So if I left open 1 more blocker, assuming they don't have a way to give stuff trample or tap down my creatures. Alright, I'm just gonna F6 here. I don't have anything to do. We'll see what they do. I would guess it's going to be hard for them to get to 29 with only like 30 cards left in their deck. But trample might be possible. I don't know the deck that well. Alright. Do you just go get another Ascendancy? Now, all these things have reach, so there's a chance if they can't kill us, they're just going to leave them all back as blockers. And I don't think we have... Maybe we can get around them all as well. But they don't have Vigilance, so they will tap if they attack us. Maybe it's going to be easier for them to get to 29 than I thought. Although... I would have thought if that was the plan, they were going to play another Jeskai Ascendancy straight away, like when they search for that one. Alright. So I don't think leaving open an additional blocker would have helped, because he has so much. Yeah, okay, that's easily enough. He has stuff like Burst Lightning, so you just better kill a couple of blockers. So I definitely want this. Lay bare the hearts. I think I'm going to bring in Planar Void as well. Between Treasure Cruise and Wildest Dreams, it might be enough to stop him. Once again, I kind of wish I had room for some enchantment removal, but you know, I like having all this anti-mono red stuff. It really is very good a lot of the time. I'm going to take out a couple of these slower cards. I've taken out one Torgar. I'm going to take out one Noble, but I want to leave it enough so that I can actually like combo off and get the quick kill. I'm going to take out one Planar Void. I think it's good, but I don't think it's that good. Two more cards. I'm probably going to take out two Anointed Priest. I don't think it really matters how much life I want. It looks like they can just get to like 100 or whatever. Alright, this might be another hard matchup, but hopefully we'll be able to hand disruption our way out of it. Good hand here. If they're running less removal, then this sort of stuff is how we get quick kills. A lot of tap lands, but we've got enough. If we can go like 2-2-3 if we don't draw any more on tap lands, and that's fine. Although I am going to play my 3-drop on curve since I've drawn another untap land. That's not good. I'm also expecting... I said I was going to play my 3-drop, but Squadron Hawks is like the best card. I'm also expecting Radiant Flames out of the sideboard, which is going to be a bummer if I don't draw any hand disruption. Alright. being as mana efficient as we can here. Alright. That's much better for us than them having a Burst Lightning. This deck looks super interesting. Once again, it's a land that looks like it plays so many come into play tapped effects, but I guess when you're just planning on going off on like 10-6 or something. Spirit Bonds. Will it be too slow? I think it's correct to play it here just so that I can regenerate my Cutthroat once I decide to play it again. Not regenerate, give indestructible too. Similar but not the same. Always yield. I'm not 100% sure if this version is better than the version I've played before. Oh my god, how do you find room? Or if it's just a case of the matchup being better for them. But I'm definitely a lot more scared of this than I was last time I played against Jeskai Ascendancy. Oh, this is clever. So I don't have a spirit yet. Alright, well played, opponent, well played. So I'm just gonna play all my stuff. With all these cards in here, I'm hoping they don't have room for Wraths also. Basically, I'm just crossing my fingers. I'd love to draw Hand Disruption this turn. That would be very good. Alright, so this isn't ready to go off, I don't think, because if they play the 3 mana make your stuff become creatures, they can't also play another spell. Alright, so no Hand Disruption, so we're probably dead. But I have to try, right? It's possible that this is actually an indication of desperation. Like if they didn't want to make this Jeskai Ascendancy vulnerable, they might not have played it. Like last game, they didn't cast their Jeskai Ascendancy until the turn they went off. So it could be that they're needing to loot. But it also could be that we're dead, so I'm going to F6 and see what happens. Yup. Only 2 cards in hand this game. Big difference from the 7 that they had last game. Face Treasure Cruiser, I'm just dead. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna let him play it out again, but I can't imagine winning from here. With 3 extra cards and then getting to loot. I imagine I'm dead. Also the fact that they don't need that much more to actually kill me, because they only have 2 blockers. Another Ascendancy. So it's like any other spell. Yeah, alright, that's done. They literally have enough power now to kill me on board. GG's, opponent! Like I touched on in the introduction, I think combo decks are easily our worst matchup. And I'm just gonna go straight into this game, actually. I think this will be our last. Oh no. Oh, is it downtime? No, it's not downtime, right? I think someone else just joined before me. Alright, well, I'll turn off the recording then, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, another match against Buster Gezia with black-white tokens. Have we won every single dice roll? Still have a losing record. This is a fine hand. We have a curve. Really, we haven't had much in the way of like turn 2 good enchantment, but I don't think you try to mulligan for that. I think you just need to try to curve out and hope you draw it later. This is unfortunate. But that's okay. Alright, so Cloudpost.deck, probably another Eldrazi deck. I think most of the Cloudpost decks are. Or most of the best ones anyway. I'm just going to play out this Legion Conquistador before I draw a third one. And counterspell, Syncopate. I will not pay for that. Well, now I'm glad I drew a second Conquistador. And I tried to build Cloudpost control at the very start of the format. I didn't have much success, so let's see if this person had more luck than I did. I'm gonna play a start to finish here, so we have more chance of landing our Conquistador later. Because obviously hitting one of those ones is pretty good. And if they are playing Eldrazi, then it doesn't really matter if start to finish gets counted, because the second half is going to be good also. Still really looking for one of these enchantments, or a Zulapur Cutthroat, or Aerith Falconwrath. Is it Aerith Falconwrath? The 4-mana Cutthroat that we're playing. This could be a fact or fiction here. Yeah, that's pretty bad for us. Oh my goodness. There isn't like an infinite combo with this, right? This is just, he's planning on having infinite mana. I think any combination of Treasure Cruise and Cloudpost is really bad, so I'm going to give them this. Double Treasure Cruise is going to be pretty slow. Yeah, okay, so he keeps the land. 2 lands and the Ambassador Loquitus. This is something. This is absolutely something. I'm looking forward to it. I wonder if he has Mass Bounce. That would be really bad for me if he does. And I can just kill this turn, I think. Yeah, I can play a 2-drop and then also kill his Ambassador. Now I could sacrifice a token that takes me down 1 damage, or I could sacrifice my Anointer Priest, which is obviously a better creature in general. I think I'm just going to sacrifice the Warrior. I'm a bit worried about mass bounce spells, which kind of wreck my tokens, so I'd prefer to keep my real card creatures alive. This looks like the Genuine. Okay, that's a really good draw, but I need to resolve it, unfortunately. I'm probably going to play Conquistador, and if they counter the Conquistador, I'll then play the Stockpile. Dissolve. Okay, good card. There's a chance they still have another Syncopate, in which case it's bad news for me. But no, okay, they don't. That's good. So they have 3 mana at the end of my turn here. Unclear what they can do with it. There's like Anticipate and Telling Time and stuff. Winds of Rebuke. Okay. That just bounces creatures, right? You can't hit permanents. No, any permanent, but he chose to hit my token, not my hidden stockpile. So this is really slow going, unfortunately. We haven't hit much in the way of like good big damage stuff. All of our Conquistadors are being countered. He still has 5 cards in hand. It's not looking good for our heroes. But we soldier on in hope of fame and glory. Yeah. Oh, oof, exiled as well. Disgusting. I am gonna sacrifice this guy here. I want to start scrying. Huh. Alright, well. I get to scry. I don't get to get an extra guy back, which is bad. Bottom. Our outpost opponents have been very good at doing the thing. So I'm going to bait the stockpile here, and then try to land a Falconwrath Noble. He has no actual removal, so... And it looks like he doesn't have another Factor Fiction either. Otherwise I imagine they would have found time to cast it. So this looks like it might just be a Syncopate with the amount of mana it's tapping. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I will not pay that much for Syncopate. Alright, so this is slow going. Oh my goodness. That's so much life. I'm not going to play the Spirit Bonds here. I'm going to use my Memorial to Glory to try to increase my clock a little bit. And give me fodder if I need to use my start to finish, like if he has no Eldrazi. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. My opponents are really good at drawing Cloudbursts. Not that it's particularly good here, but... Like, he already has so much mana, the 4th one doesn't do anything. Alright, well, we'll see if this resolves. I doubt it will. If he's not bouncing my stuff, like these tokens, he probably has counterspells. I'm glad I killed this thing now. I'd be dead. He has so much mana. Yeah, you got me. I wonder if he has anything to actually do with this. If he's got like a big draw X spell. That would be pretty funny. I'm just playing at everything, not worried about Wraths is in blue. Yeah, if he has draw X. No, okay. That's good. Huh. Well, that just goes to show, doesn't it? You need to draw more than just 6 Locusts. Alright, so obviously Lay Bare the Heart is what we want here. They have Treasure Cruise. I doubt they have anything else. Most of the other graveyard cards are black or green in this format. There's no Snapcaster Mage. This does nothing, I think. Like, literally. Yeah, doesn't help the counter. And then obviously this mono red stuff. I really hope we get to play against mono red at some point because that matchup is quite interesting with like when to chump block, and when to throw away your guys, trading, and then of course like the battle of gaining like tiny bits of life at a time versus like how much damage that deck can dish out. Plus it's a good matchup, so you know I want to show off the deck a little bit. I don't know what to cut. It's also good. I think I want all of this stuff. I think this is all really good stuff. I guess the more expensive cards are worse against the counterspell deck. Torgar might actually be unplayable in this matchup. I feel like it's just never gonna resolve. What sort of stuff are they gonna side in against us? Like mass bounce, I guess. So I guess the tokens aren't as good. Maybe this is fine. No, I'm just gonna... We'll try this out. We'll see. We might make adjustments for game 3. But, yeah, so many weird matchups tonight. A couple of Glimmerpost decks. Not that I think Glimmerpost is bad. I think it's honestly one of the best decks in the format, but I tend to see a lot more of it earlier, and now people are like trying to build different stuff. If I make any more videos after this one, I might show off the mono blue Eldrazi deck I built. I've seen a couple of versions of it going around, but all the versions I've seen I do not like. They're playing some very questionable cards. And I had a fair bit of success like at the start of the format with just like a hyper aggro Eldrazi deck that also gets to play all the emerge guys because you're playing Cloudpost. I'm gonna play Lay Bare the Heart straight up. I want to resolve Spirit Bonds, basically. This card's really good against us. Ooh, man. Alright. Sorry, opponent. Yikes. Okay, so that is 3-2 on stream, but checking out PennyDreadful.com. It didn't count our first match, presumably because our opponent left after the first game. So I'm going to record another video. So we'll have 6 videos. And we're currently 2-2 officially. Alright, last match, I pinky promise. This hand is a mulligan, unfortunately. I love to keep any hand with lands and spells, but 2 4-drops isn't going to cut it. So we're currently officially 2-2, unofficially 3-2, with black-white tokens. This is going to be a keep. Squadron Hawk will get us there, and perfect. Spirit Bonds is lovely. And it looks like we lost the roll, so... Ooh, are we finally going to get play against Mono Red? We are. Alright, well, hopefully I can walk the walk after talking the talk about how I think this matchup's really good. Gaining life. So powerful. Yeah, so obviously being on the draw against a messenger start is bad, but we do have a fair amount of options to cast 2 spells in 1 turn, and Anoint a Priest in our opening hand is very good against this deck. Yikes. Alright. Wish me luck, might need it. If they can't kill our Anointed Priest, I think we can still win. But if they have a Searing Spear, it's going to be tricky. Having creatures that a priest can block is really good as well. Alright, let the life game begin. So in theory, if they had Searing Spear there, they want to kill it before this token comes into play. It's possible they just didn't realize that was how the interaction could work, but cross fingers. Big red. I've never seen a Flame Tongue cover in a mono red deck, I don't think. I don't think we can win this game anymore, unfortunately, guys. I'm not going to tap out, but we'll see. I guess we could bring this guy back. Come on, opponent. Don't you want me? Alright, we're bringing him back. Now our problem becomes, like, chump blocking. We don't want to block with this, really. And this is just, like, so much damage here. So if we double block a... Assuming I have to keep this creature alive to win. We can double block one of these and take 5, 9, 10, 11, and then any burn spell kills me. I'm going to do it anyway, because next turn I will have access to more jump blockers, and I'll be able to double cast to flip this thing back, so I can block. Sorry, I won't be able to block here, but I'll gain enough left, and then go block. But, I mean, if they have anything, I just lose. And they probably have something. This matchup does get better after sideboard when I get Lone Missionaries and such like. Do we actually not get enough life? No, because we only get one token into play. I think we're just dead. We're going to die to this. I thought we would go up to 4 for some reason. That was wrong. Because we can't pay for another thing. So these are both going to be no's. And I think if our opponent... I guess this will flip. So if we can block here, and then double block and block. Take 2, go to 1. Hope they have nothing. No more Flame Tongue Kavu. No Haste Creature. No Run 'em at Ruins. No Burn Spell. But, if all that's true, we get to untap, and we get to double cast Squadron Hawk, and we get to make 2 more tokens, gain 2 more life, and have 5 blockers next turn. Ha! That does it. That's enough. There's a bunch of ways she can kill us with Chandra. Man! The main deck Chandra and Flametongue Kavu is it's very big compared to most of the red decks I've played against. Let's see what they decide to do. Literally killing a creature or dealing us 1 damage both kill us though. Yes. Yeah. Alright, game 2. None of this stuff is really good enough here. I'm gonna cut Trigger. We've cut him a lot, I know, but he's pretty good against like the mid-rangey decks that we just haven't had a chance to play against. This stuff is all pretty slow, and plus we've brought in a bunch of 2-drops. Noble's pretty slow, and that's all their removal. So I'm gonna leave it like this. We still want a little bit of this stuff. We just don't want to bring multiples. Yeah, I think this is good. Although them playing Chandra and stuff is definitely a lot worse for us. This is a good hand. We've got, the 2-drops that matter. Even our lands get us life. No 1-drops real good. Is there a reason? Let's go play Squadron Hawk because I'm paranoid about drawing more. I think this is always going to get us there. As long as I don't play it into 3 mana for Flames of the Bloodhound, which I don't plan on doing. Yeah, look at that. You got me. I'm still going to use this ability though. 2-1 is slightly better than a 1-1 if they're going to kill something. Maybe we'll be able to Togga this game for a to put ourselves back up to 10. Gain life. And I'm just going to gain life now so it doesn't get stopped by Flames of the Bloodhound later. I'm not going to block the Ash Zealot just to throw away my missionary though. All my guys are small, but I can definitely get enough of them to just like punch through the first strike. Stromkirk Noble, another Zealot. Alright, that's fine. We can take 4 this turn. And then have chump blockers next turn. Vampires and core, not humans. Obviously I just want to draw like lone missionaries for days, but it's unclear whether that is on the cards. Only getting 2 Legion Conquistadors here, so I don't discard the hand size. Yikes. So if I don't block, I can play Tolga next time. If I do block, there's a real chance that they have a burn spell and they get to just like eat one of my guys for free. It's kind of risky. So if I play Tolga and put them down to 10, can I race? I think. The question is, like, can they realistically kill it? And that's going to be really hard for them. So it's like a really good blocker as well. I think I'm just going to take this, put them down to 10 with Tolga, and then hope to win that way. Priest is fine, but we have no token generation, so it's not at its best here. No point attacking first, since I'm planning on putting them to 10. There's just a chance I'd lose my lone missionary and not be able to cast Tolga. So I'm hoping what's going to happen here is this is going to discourage them from attacking because it's going to start eating their creatures. And then once I play another couple of creatures, it's going to be hard for them to attack because I can be able to swing for lethal if they tap out. Yeah, this is good. This means they can't burn out. They can't threaten to kill Tolga if I block here. I think. I can't think of anything that deals 4 damage that is regularly played. So I think this is just a chump attack. Yeah. Oh! I can't believe I forgot about it. He literally played it last game. Alright, this is Not great. Although this is good. How many turns do I have to live before this just wins me the game, do you think? This being a human means it can't block the Stormkirk, but the Spirit will be able to. Jeez, I want to make sure I cast my Spirit Bonds first. Not 100% sure how bad my line was there. I think it was pretty likely that was just a chump attack, because he can't just sit back. But me saying that there's nothing with for 4 that can kill me. Alright, now I might just be dead. This card's really good. I can't believe he has room for Fleetwood Cruiser, Flametongue Kavu, and... Am I just dead? If I block 1, 2... It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. So no. Just having trample is so good against my my plan of chump blocking everything. I couldn't block a no. Oh no, I couldn't block a noble with this. Alright, well it looks like we're gonna lose. I'm not gonna do the math because this is the most efficient way to cast everything, but it looks like we're just dead. No. Yes. Always yield. No. Yes. And obviously no attacks. So I guess, yeah, if they draw like a land this turn, then the cruiser, they have to have something else to make the cruiser go. So if that happens, am I dead? Still yes, if they tap Flametongue Kavu. All that. I always think the cruiser has like crew 3, because all the standard playable ones are like crew 3. We're somehow not quite dead. We're gonna go to 1. Kill nothing of theirs. Yeah, I mean, it's all over with the crying, unfortunately. And he has a card in hand. Could just be a burn spell. Alright, I'm gonna concede. Cheers, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed. Alright, so I feel like I ended on a bit of a sour note, losing to Mono Red. I was a bit upset to, I was hoping to beat Mono Red on camera because I'm pretty sure it's a really good matchup. But we took a bit of a risky line with Togga and it didn't pay off. Probably should have just flooded the board out a bit more and kept blocking. So, to wrap up, what do I think about the deck? Mostly the same as I thought at the start. It's weak to combo decks. Unfortunately, Laid Bare the Heart isn't doing quite enough work out of the sideboard to turn that matchup around. Maybe I'll look for another another piece of hand disruption that I can slot in. Maybe go up to 6. I still feel like the mono red matchup's very good. We have a lot of good sideboard cards, a lot of good main deck cards, and we can just put a lot of bodies in the way. Yeah, the deck's a bit slow. It's not super fast against control, but I really think you can grind out really good wins. and it is a fair bit of fun. So if you're looking for something to play, check it out. And you don't have to go with this exact build either. There's like a ton of random token makers. There was like Servo Exhibition and stuff that I was considering. Um, I like the Squadron Hawk and Conquistador because it makes it more of a value grindy deck. But if you wanted, you could maybe try cutting like this stuff and play more token makers and go for like a more pure flood style as opposed to like grind out. Yeah, I'll probably play some more of this deck, but probably not on camera. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Obviously, I'm pretty new and bad, but if you want to see more fun decks, more cool stuff, leave a suggestion. If no one wants to see anything, let me know as well, and I won't waste my time. But yeah, hopefully you'll have fun. Looking forward to rotation. That's always good times. And hopefully I'll be back sometime. Also, I went on the old pennydreadfulmagic.com and look what I found. I found Jennifer Wakeman's Ascendancy deck that beat us. Also, who drops out at 2-1 with such a sweet deck, honestly? And look at this masterpiece. It is brilliant. One Exile, one Crashing Tide, one Seal, one Perilous Voyage, one Anticipate, one Wildest Dreams. That's a one of I can get behind. But what a sweet deck. I'm interested to try building this. When my first run up against a Jeskai Ascendancy deck made me think it was garbage, but maybe it has a bit more punch than I originally thought. Here we are. Official 2-3, unofficial 3-3 if you count our first win. Yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and let me know what you think, please.